Hi there. I'm just going to take a little break from hoeing the weeds around my tomatoes tonight for a very simple reason. I had somebody say to me today, "Oh, they'll be okay for a few days. You don't have to worry about it." You know, experience is a very great teacher. Right now there is the remnants of a hurricane that blew up the Gulf of Mexico and hit the panhandle of Florida. The typical track for those is after they get done doing their damage on the Gulf Coast, they make their way up the Mississippi and Ohio River valleys. And it's not uncommon for us to get dumped on with a lot of rain in a very short period of time. So experience being such a good teacher, one thing I know is that these little bitty weeds that I see out here that aren't even over top of my shoes yet, a few years back when one of these big storms blew through, we had a lot of rain all at once. And then we had a lot more, and a lot more, and a lot more, and it didn't stop for 2 weeks. And those little bitty weeds that were only over my shoe tops, they eventually got to be over my shoulders, some of them even over my head. Pigweeds 6 feet tall, bigger around than this hoe handle, growing up in the garden. And it was so muddy, there was no possible way we could get out in it, but we had to. So we put on knee boots and walked out in the mud, and the mud was so thick it pulled our boots off, and we ended up in our bare feet and our stocking feet, slopping around in mud, pulling pigweeds as big around as this hoe handle over my head, and then carrying those muddy root balls to the edge of the garden, one by one, thousands upon thousands of them. Experience is a very good teacher, and sometimes the lessons are very hard to learn. So for those of you out there who say, "Oh, don't worry about those weeds tonight, they're only shoe top height, they won't hurt anything, they can go a few more days," I'm looking at these clouds in the skies and thinking, they're going to be pigweeds this big around and this tall in no time, and experience tells me that. I don't want to experience it again. Just another little tip from Gardening with Mark at Steepleview Farm. Hope to see you here.